know you didn't like math in high school? Maybe you did. Well, at least a lot of us struggled with parts of it, especially that calculus part. We're going to be talking about the inverse square law today. It's not really technical when you see this great experiment to explain how it works. Welcome to Nugget 378, the inverse square law, experiment 1, and welcome to the beautiful Owens Valley in Eastern California. So Steve, explain this experiment.
Okay, we're going to give a demonstration of the inverse square law, both in size and distance and luminosity. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
And back up 1 mile.
The inverse square law basically says that any two bodies have an attraction to each other, and if you half the distance, you quadruple the attraction. But also, if you half the distance, you quadruple the luminosity if it is a luminous item. If you double the distance, you 4 times lessen the attraction, and or the intensity, and or the apparent size. As we see with this, with our vehicle, as Dana backs the car up, it gets smaller and smaller as the distance goes.
As she is backing up, it's the same car, but notice how small it gets. Notice how the lights are harder and harder to see. He's only about halfway there.
Scientific American did an article about the problem with star sizes, and the problem is that evolutionists have is if the stars are what they say they are, and if they are where they say they are, there's a huge problem because, as you see with this experiment, the car is still the same size car. But notice how small it looks at just 1 mile. And notice how you cannot even see the headlights at 1 mile. If you could see the car the same size as you do when it's right up against us, and the lights are as bright as they are when they are up against us, then they would have to be ginormous out there. And that is a problem when you start to relate it to star sizes. They must be massive and they must be incredibly intense, which is opposite of what the Bible actually says.
Ginormous? Is that really a word?
Well, it's not, but it sounds big, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I kind of like it. She has backed the car up 1 mile. And in 1 mile, you cannot see the vehicle, nor can you see the lights. This is a very important point when we discuss the stars and the brightness of the stars and the distance of the stars.
Okay, I'm going to zoom up on you real quick, so just stay right, hold what you got. All right, and come on back.
Wait, stop. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, please subscribe now. And if you have, thank you. This experiment was done at Owens Lake. Well, former Owens Lake. We'll tell you more about Owens Lake and the demise of this beautiful place. Can you tell us what we will be doing in the next experiment and how it's different from this one?
Basically, the inverse square law, but focusing on the size of the vehicle. We'll show you the size of the vehicle from the side and then the size of the vehicle from 1 mile away. And you can clearly see that there's a difference in the apparent size of the thing. And this Eastern Sierras in California provides an enormous many miles of flat land that we can actually do these experiments on. So it's kind of fun doing it in the desert.
All right. Believe it or not, this all has to do with creation versus evolution. Be sure to watch our other videos on creation versus evolution. And don't forget to subscribe and share our videos with friends and family. Thank you.